Hey everyone, it's Megan here with Marigold Holistic Pet Care, and this is my dog, Cash. Can I have a high five?
Yes, thank you, dude.
In this video, we are going to cover the ultimate list of canine enrichment ideas, both in-store and DIY. Before I get started, I want to give you guys a little bit of background on why canine enrichment is important. I have a lot of clients that come to me and they say, my dog has separation anxiety. No, your dog's bored. I have people say, oh, my dog's a jerk and he's jealous that we leave and he chews up the floor and chews up the couch and chews up the wall. No, your dog's bored. Okay? So what needs to happen is we need to remember that dogs are needing physical stimulation and they also need mental stimulation, both together. We get very caught up in the physical exercise that we completely forget the need for mental stimulation. Our dogs are engaged on a daily basis. We should be training with them every day. We should be walking them. We should be playing games with them. And we should be giving them opportunities for enrichment like I'm about to show you. So if I have missed anything in this video, or you have any great ideas, because I know there are so many more, but I want you to comment, share it with everyone else. I want this to be a fantastic resource for not only owners, but also for shelters and rescues, for their staff, their volunteers, as well as their adopters. All right, let's get started. I'm going to start with the store-bought stuff. Now, some of these items are mine, and some of them was graciously borrowed from Just Jack's Pet Market, JUSTJAKS Pet Market. They have a fantastic online store. He sells incredible dog food and treat products, so definitely check out Just Jack's Pet Market. Michael was very gracious to let me borrow some of the items in his store so I could share with everybody. So, getting started. We have some puzzle mats. These are awesome. They come in different sizes, they come in different designs. These are used for food. You can place food or treats into them. You can freeze it. You can put a little bit of water with them. They do have a lip on there. You can put peanut butter in it. You can put frozen vegetables in it. You can put honey in it. You can put cheese in it. You can put all kinds of things. Plain yogurt. So get creative with what you put in your puzzles and your Kongs and things like that. These are awesome for meal times as well as enrichment times. Very good investment. This is another food puzzle that you can buy at the stores. Really great for food. You can put treats in it. You can put, as I mentioned, so many different things. You can freeze it, and really makes meal times really engaging. They get to work for their food, and a lot of times people have this misconception that it's mean to make our dogs work for their food. I love them, I just want to give them their food. But why would you squander an opportunity for your dog to have fun with something? Okay, so we're not withholding food from our dogs to make them work for it particularly, but we're giving them something fun to do, and they're going to be happy and they're going to be better behaved. Now, another puzzle that I have, this is a puzzle, and you can put treats in it and slide it. Now, a little tip for these, sometimes if you put the treat in and just let it be open and let your dog realize that they're getting free things out of here, then they'll start to work for it after they've realized where the treats are and where they can be found. Oh, here it is. Another puzzle, very similar to the one I just showed you, but this opens up like this, and you can put treats in it and then close it completely, and your dog has to push with their nose or their foot to open up the little areas that have food in them. So you can feed your dog their meals in this. You can add things in there that are treats. You can add frozen vegetables and things like that that the dog has to get to, because with all of the treats that we're feeding, you really want to be mindful of finding really good one ingredient treats that aren't going to fill your dog up. And when that happens, they don't eat their actual food, which has the full nutrition in it. So that can have problems in the future with having nutrient deficiencies. So make sure that you're feeding your dog good food, and the treats that you're feeding are in fact also very good, high quality, that it's not disrupting their diet. So these toys are cool. So it's a little bit of a different spin on fetch, because with just a tennis ball, it's just kind of boring. It just has a straight flight path and everything. But these actually bounce around and flop all over the ground when they hit, and they make them a little bit more difficult to track, which is kind of a good thing if you're just trying to get some energy out and have some fun. They also squeak. This one squeaks too. I'm just not very strong. There we go. So these are a lot of fun. These are Kong brands. They are called the Jumbler. So these are awesome and fun for dogs that like to play fetch, and you're looking for a different opportunity and spin on fetch. So this is another Kong product. It's like a snail, but it's not as easy to get to as the Kong that I'm about to show you. But you put treats in there, and it doesn't roll particularly easily like a ball, and there are holes on the side as well where treats can come out. So this is another fun one and adds a little bit of difficulty to just a regular Kong. So this is the Kong. Everybody knows what a Kong is. They come in different sizes, they come in different colors, and the different colors coincide with how durable they are. So the black ones are the extreme ones, and they're very, very, very durable. And you can put so many things in here. Freeze it. Anything that you can stash treats into, freeze them, and it makes them a lot harder to work at, and it gives you a moment. You know, by no means am I saying that I want you to just give your dog all these toys and just don't interact with them. That's not the case. These are just good supplements to your busy life if you need it, okay? Let's move on to the Kong Wobbler. Now this looks like the product I just showed you, but the cool thing about this is it sits on the ground like this, and when your dog pushes it, it bounces right back up because it is weighted at the bottom. So it makes it fun that your dog can push it around, and they fight to get treats out of it, but it's really interactive, which is nice. It moves around, and dogs like movement, so they will engage with that a lot. This is a really cool product. It's a chuck it ball. It glows in the dark. So by no means am I saying to go play fetch in the dark with your dog. That's not safe, okay? I want you to have lighting. I want it to be safe. But if you're playing when it's starting to get a little darker, and you get off work and it's late and you need to play fetch with your dog, this is a really good option because it glows in the dark. So it's easier for you to find it, and it is easier for your dog to find it safely. The Blockhead, awesome. This thing is actually really, really tough. I mean, it's heavy, and it's really, really dense. So I would assume that this would be an incredible toy for a extreme chewer. Now, you can put bully sticks in these. Bully sticks are fantastic, one ingredient, and you can shove them through the end here so that the pieces stick out on the ends. And then also there's a hole in the middle so that you can have access to the bully stick from the middle. So it's something that slows them down from eating it so quickly, and they will have to work through it in different areas. And also the Himalayan chews, Himalayan cheese chews can go in this as well. So this is a good one to help let your bully sticks and your other different long chews last a little bit longer. So moving on, this is a hide and treat. So it's another Kong product. There's so many different ones on the market, but it opens up and there's little pockets like here and here, and it closes, and then your dog has to pull it apart, which is kind of cool to get to the different treats. And before we move on to the DIY, we're going to talk about these big favorites of mine. This is antlers, and these are horns. So yes, I understand there's always a hazard in terms of chewing on hard objects, and yes, you can have fractures of the tooth and gum irritations and things like that, but these are really good for keeping your dog's teeth clean. Don't buy into the keeping your dog's teeth clean products that are pretty much full of carbohydrates. And they don't keep your dog's teeth clean because that's what causes tartar. So these are fantastic. They are safe. They are really nice that you can fill this up. It has a hole in it. I fill this all the time. As you can see, my dogs chew on them a lot. They love them. And I can fill them. I put it in the freezer, and I can give him to Cash. He can go at it, have a good time with it for a while. When I'm trying to do videos and stuff. So, but he's being lazy and he's sleeping over there. But he deserves it. He worked hard today. We're learning new tricks. So that closes it up for some products that you can buy online. But if you just Google dog enrichment toys, you're going to come up with a slew of hits on the internet that you can buy and purchase things that are going to give your dog enrichment and engagement. Change them out. Don't use the same ones all the time. Try to switch them up. Have a Monday, Wednesday, Friday toys, and Tuesdays and Thursday toys. Switch everything up. That always really helps. So now we're going to move into DIY. Okay, so talking about DIY enrichment is really near and dear to my heart because I really enjoy being able to give shelters and rescues opportunities that they can implement with the animals in the shelter. Now, of course, they can certainly purchase and have maybe requests for donations of some of the commercial products that you can buy from the store, but it's also a really nice option to have not only engagement toys at the shelter, but it's a really cool idea too, is if you're having a lot of groups and projects asking, how can we help the shelter? What can we do? What can we make? What can we buy? Especially like Girl Scout troops and Boy Scout troops and things like that. Have them make these things and bring you these items in. They're super easy to find, and some of them are really easy to make. So these are really good options. I'm going to start out with this one. So this right here, this is just a yogurt container, an empty yogurt container. And what I did was I filled it with dog food and water and froze it. And that's it. So you can really get creative with what you put in these. You can give your dogs breakfast. This is his breakfast ration with water and one meal, and boom, it's good to go. So you can do this at the shelter with dogs as well. It's really great. And all you do is you just take it and you dump it in, and there you go. You got a really great enrichment activity for a dog to participate in. So that one's super simple. You can ask people to bring in their empty containers, plastic containers that you can freeze and reuse as, the time goes on. Now, this is a fun one. All this is a bottle, just a plain bottle. I took the label off, took the lid off, and I took the little plastic ring off that sits here, and I just cut a hole in it. That's all I did, okay? And you put treats in there or their food in there, and the dog will then roll with it, push it with their paw, push it with their hand, their nose, things like that, and the treats are going to come out. And sometimes you have to give them a freebie and let a few come out for free so that they realize, oh, treats come out of it, so now they're going to start messing with it. Really great option for a DIY. Now, bubbles. Bubbles are fantastic. I love them. They're really good because they are tangible. Tangible as opposed to like laser pointers. I'm not a fan. Sorry if you use them. But think about it. They're not tangible. A dog or a cat cannot catch that laser pointer, so that causes a lot of frustration. Bubbles are a good alternative. You can use these. They're obviously non-toxic. They're made for children. And just use these in the home on a rainy day. You can go outside and do it on a beautiful day. They're really versatile. Bubbles are fantastic. So keep that in mind. Super cheap too. Now, this is just a drink carrier, okay? And FYI, whenever I order out, which is very, very rare, I go through the drive-thru, but I ask for one of these only so I can give them to my shelter friends. So all you do is put treats into the little sections here, and you can then put a tennis ball into that section that covers up the treat. And the nice thing about it is this one actually, it goes in and it doesn't come out. So it takes a little bit of work, or you can make it easy and just set it in where it does come out. And it gives your 2 different levels of difficulty for dogs to play with and get the treats out of the sections. Now you can also do that with egg cartons. So you can put treats in there. You can take newspapers and shove newspapers and push it down in there to make them have to work to getting at it. You can put different size balls in there, but these are really fun and very versatile as well. Moving on to a cardboard box. Sounds crazy, right? All I have in here is toilet paper rolls. Now, I don't have it full, and there's a reason. It's a good way to start out with not having it full, because you will make it a little bit easier for them to work at it, and they're enjoying it. And then you can make it more difficult by filling it up completely, and you just sprinkle some treats in there. Dog and cats both have at it, and they're gonna have a lot of fun with this. Super cheap. Ask all of your staff and volunteers to save their boxes, save their toilet paper rolls, paper towel rolls, and cut them up. And that's a free enrichment toy. Very, very, very big favorite of mine is a snuffle mat. They are super, super easy to make, and you can buy them online, like at Etsy. But all it is a sink mat, and you take fleece, and you will then just take it into sections, and you loop it through. And you have this really great little snuffle mat. You can use old t-shirts that they do work, but you just take treats and push them down in there, and the dog has to snuffle around and get the treats out. I probably machine washed this one at least 20 times, so they do hold up very well to being machine washed. As long as you tie the knots twice really tight, you'll be good to go. Now, this one's fun. This one's really fun. I've actually fostered an Australian cattle dog who really needed enrichment, a lot of it. And I use this trick with her a lot. So all I did was take a hand towel, and of course make sure it's a hand towel that you don't mind anything happening to, because they might pull some threads out as they work on it. So all you'll do is lay it down. You will put some treats on the towel, and you'll just roll it up like this. And then what you do is just let your dog work on it like this. It's kind of easy. It's a good starter. They have to push at it, and they might pick it up and they drop out. That's fine. And then what you can do that makes it a little bit more difficult is to take this and then tie it. Now, I'm going to talk and tie at the same time, because it's actually quite difficult to tie this. Oh, well, I just made it look easy. Never mind. I did it a lot. That's why. But this is a really great difficulty level for this, because I have treats now all in this, and then you can even shove some treats into the little areas here, even though there are treats rolled up in it. So this is a super fun way to give enrichment. Of course, along with the other ones that I've showed you, always supervise. Always supervise, no matter what you're using. And some of them can be a little more safe to be left in the crate when you're not around, like the Kong. If you fill the Kong with like maybe some peanut butter and freeze it, that's something safe you can leave in the crate for a dog while you're not there. But a lot of these you want to be very careful with, just being around. You don't want them taking off pieces and eating them and adjusting them. So with a towel like this, a bigger towel, you can put treats, sprinkle treats on it. You can roll it, you can tie it like I did the hand towel. And another thing that you can do is almost like you're doing a tie-dyed shirt. You can just take it and spin it and have a big spin. And then the dog has to then work the spin out to get to the treats. And I know shelters and rescues have a slew of towels that they can use to work on this. Now, a couple other things that you can do too I have a dear friend who has a pit bull. Shout out to Yogi. And he actually enjoys when I come over and I just have I always have treats with me. Who doesn't have treats with them in their pockets, in all their pockets? I know I do. I actually have treats in these pockets right now. So, I'll just take a treat like this, show the dog I have one, and I'll go like this. Just throw treats. And the dog has to go chase them and find them. It's super fun. And you can do it out in the yard, do it in the yard, do it on walks, do it in the woods. Just throw treats in the yard, in the grass, and over your shoulder in the house. And they have a good time going, running, and chasing after it and trying to find this little tiny treat I just threw. You can do different sniffing adventures. You can take newspaper and put some treats in it and crumble the newspaper up and let your dog try to find the treats out. Get really creative. Our pets need enrichment to be happy, to be healthy, to be really well adjusted. So if you want to have a happy dog and a well-behaved dog, get exercise, mental and physical, 50-50. If there's anything that I missed in this video, please comment below. Definitely subscribe so you don't miss out on all my shenanigans and my great information. And I will see you guys next video. And it stays, and you turn it upside down, and then jeez, I caught that. That is so annoying. But I bet your dog will love it. So deal with it.